We're back for another round of Lord of the Rings of Power. This time Arch is with us. How are you doing, Arch?
Sick.
Welcome
Still
back,
recovering.
Are you still recovering, Arch? Are you okay?
Death is no longer near, but it is in the vicinity.
So before we get into anything else, I would just like to quickly touch base with you, Arch. TLDR, what did you think of the last episode? The creation of Mount Doom.
Mountain go boom.
Everything's got to have an origin story, Arch. We have to explain everything.
I mean, we actually know how Mount Doom was created, but details.
Wait, did we
Yes,
actually? What's the lore on that?
It was created by Morgoth.
Not according to the show, Arch. Morgoth didn't create it. It was the water.
The water made it.
That was a big
Silly.
splash.
Can't believe you
That's
don't know lore.
one of those problems, because in the actual story, Mount Doom was created by literal Satan, which gives it power, which is why it's the only place the ring could be created. Now it's just a volcano, which means the ring could have been destroyed wherever.
Anywhere.
Like Gandalf could have made a fire, and that would have fixed the whole problem.
Maybe,
Definitely made it a lot less special.
yeah. Maybe somebody, maybe a wizard will be walking by one day and drop his magic potions into it accidentally and make it special.
And
It's
it
like,
happened on the
oops.
show.
You know what they'll do? They'll throw the Harfoots in there.
That's
soon-
how they did it.
Yeah. As soon as as soon as Sauron regains his senses, and and it's like, oh, I'm actually a person. He'll lead the Harfoots over and just dump him in. That's how it'll work.
No, hold on. Was this a Freudian slip? Like, Sauron's like the great evil. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
No one tell him.
Mordor just turned Mordor into a giant Applebee's.
Look, I finished downloading the episode.
You already torrented it while we were doing our little preamble intro? Oh shit. Wait, hold on. Wait, Arch. Is your internet fast now?
Yes. A nice man came to my house, and he put a cable inside of my house. And I'm using that cable to transmit light at a high speed. And this light turns into information.
You finally got fiber optic out in the wilderness of Norway. Another bit of news on the ratings front, because we've talked about ratings a few times over the course of this series. This was published. Amazon's Rings of Power isn't making as big of a splash as HBO's House of the Dragon. And it shows the potential risks of dueling big-budget fantasy shows. This does seem to be a thing that everyone's saying now that both shows have been... they've been getting through their stories and the seasons are kind of coming to a close. I've been watching both of them. And I have to say, as a whole package, House of the Dragon is so much better than Rings of Power. It's not even funny.
Definitely.
Still shit, though.
I'd rather watch The Next Generation or something old.
What, you mean Degrassi, The Next Generation, Kibs?
Hold on. Sit down, Dev. Bang.
Jesus Christ.
Well, first of all, I don't know that lore nearly as much, so what's happening in that show is still kind of surprising me a bit. Secondly, they just seem to have that Game of Thrones edge that, they're willing to do a few things that Lord of the Rings is probably never going to be willing to do. Like, for example, having an underage niece and an uncle fuck. It's like, all right, fair enough. It was
Storytelling, yeah.
It was the medieval period. I get it. Everyone's comparing them in terms of popularity, right? And it really seemed like when Amazon was talking about the 25 million viewers in the first episode, they were really trying to take a stab at HBO over this because these are the two shows that are competing right now. There was a leak from... You guys know who Overlord is on YouTube? I'm sure you do, Arch. No? Okay.
No.
Well, he has reliably leaked things from the industry before. He doesn't reveal a source because they're in Hollywood, but he has reliably leaked things that turned out to be true. And he is saying that he has an inside word that Amazon's first episode numbers were 9.5 million, and then they dropped by half for episode 3. So not the 25 that everyone's saying.
See, that's the problem. We have no actually genuinely reliable information. Because first we were told 1.8 million, but that wasn't all devices. Okay. And House of the Dragon had more than that at 4.8. Then we're told 25 million. All right, that's one fuck of a leap.
and now it's like 9, but it was cut in half. Meanwhile, House of Dragons, I've seen the numbers go drastically down to the point now they're talking about maybe only a million. Like, okay, like what do we believe? Fucking House of Dragons right now is like 0.1 point over Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which I just watched the other day. Like, there is no comparing those two shows.
I haven't seen that. Is that good?
It is very good.
Barge is also in the desperate camp, I see. He's like,
Mm. It seems to be the case that like quasi indie animation has really taken off. Finally, we're getting out of the CalArts era and into some decent
Are you
stuff.
Has-
sure that? Hold on, that's not
Indie.
indie.
Fuck. Yeah, no.
That's AAA,
Studio
man.
Trigger is not an indie studio.
Oh, is that who's doing it? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
They got a lot of flack for recycling a lot of similar. Well, let's just say
Who-
things were similar in designs.
Oh, I was thinking of the League of Legends show. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Arcane. Arcane 2 is a fucking work of art. Like, the story in Arcane is not amazing. It's quite standard, but the animation quality is beyond this world.
House of the Dragon is better.
I mean, I think
it's a soap opera though. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is. It needs like a Tyrion. It needs a Tyrion character to lighten the mood sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's mostly a pretty good show so far.
I also think it needs more like variety in the storytelling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Considering how shit everything else has been, I'll take it.
Yeah, no.
Wow, settling for less.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to, man.
This is
Noted.
literally the problem. The reason why House of Dragon has like an 8.7 score, which is ridiculous for that piece of shit show, is because of people who are like Dev, who's like, everything's shucked. I
Not
guess
just Dev,
this is the
TafTaj
only thing I
throws into
like.
that bus too.
It's like,
No one
wow,
looks
this
deep,
cereal only has 75% horse feces in it. Amazing.
I can bear. I only mostly notice it.
He can feel the fucking half-digested oats crunch between his teeth and he's still chewing it. Oh,
It could be worse.
disgusting, Dev.
Dev, it could be worse. At least you're not Anthony Birch.
It could be worse. We might be watching Rings of Power. I actually enjoy House of the Dragon. I don't know why you think it's shit, Arch. I think it's actually like half decent. I'm
Well,
enjoying
I
it.
enjoyed the part where the children were killing one another. I quite liked that. But beyond that,
Jesus.
I liked very little.
Really?
Pacing for me,
Very stupid show.
it's so
Why do you say it's
fast.
stupid?
It's every single episode has commenced with an enormous time skip, the smallest of which has been a measly 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's because like in the book, it's just like almost bullet points, and there's like a lot of history, and they're really trying to like expand it as much as possible.
I think they can just slow down the pacing and make it a longer
Not to mention,
series.
I hyped almost every single casting choice. You have young Raheamon, who looks like fetal alcohol syndrome, the advertisement. You have Daemon, who's just, his face is weird and I don't like it. The king is rotting, and yet he refuses to fucking die, even though they've been like, oh, he's dead, like 7 times now. And then there's the goddamn Valerians, who are all black now, which annoys me, because her children aren't black, and nobody seems to be raising this point. She's like, hold on, your children are the wrong color, Raymond. This is suspicious. And the king is like, no, you can't say that. But seriously, though.
Yeah, that was that.
The clip from Gordon Ramsay. It's black.
The worst part is about this isn't a House of the Dragon show suddenly, but I'm just gonna, as a quick aside, the worst part is the reason they made the Valerians black is because the main character of the Valerians, the grandfather of the entire clan, Corlys Valerian, he was described as having like olive or tan skin, not because he was black, but because he was the only person from that family to like sail around the world. He spent a lot of time on ships, and he was very tanned. He spent a lot of time outdoors. And there's like pictures of there's like lore pictures of him from the other books, and he's standing with like other people from Westeros, and he's clearly darker than the rest of them, but he's not black. And I think that really just seemed to be shoehorning representation in.
Well, of course. His entire clan is black now. Like, the Valerians are black.
It just means they get the pass.
It also means we get to hear that fucking ancient, annoying defense again. Like, what? Dragons are okay, but not black people? Yes. Yes. In a universe where dragons are literally more commonplace than black people, yes. It's not even just the hilarity, there's random extras who are black. And it just annoys me these days, because I look at that, and I think to myself, that was a boardroom decision, not a writing one. And
Yeah.
for me, it ruins my interest in the show, because I'm just like, okay, well, this is political. I don't want that.
Sees black person, they ruined.
Yes.
Oh
At
God.
least in medieval England. It's like, hello. Hi, how did you come here? A very long boat ride.
Are we a show full of racists?
Yes.
All I'm saying is that when I
Is that-
is that what it is?
Wish
I
and,
love Jews too.
Wish and wealthy. I am going to make a Shaka Zulu TV show, and there's going to be one white person in Shaka's army. No one will ever mention him. He'll just be there in every single fucking scene.
Just in the background, hanging out.
He's going to look like everybody else. He's going to have his cowhide shield, and he's going to be pale as fuck and a ginger, and nobody's ever going to mention it.
TafTaj is just like quietly like, I don't want to get canceled. I can't say anything. I can't afford. I'm just starting my channel. I can't.
I think
Um,
I've already been canceled for lots of things.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've seen
Yeah.
some of your debates regarding trans issues. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
So someone who watches us actually bought that cringy elf ears shirt.
Good
Um,
God.
Very foolish of them.
it's not a bad shirt, but it's very clearly just like a regular blue shirt that you might get for 5 cents from China with this shit just printed right on top of it, and it'll wash out after about a year or two going through the washing machine.
Well, like most diversity, it doesn't stand up to water well.
Oh my god, Arch. You are gonna get my
Jesus.
channel fucking banned.
What does that mean?
Arch is racist. You know this. We all know this.
I guess the final thing I'll point out before we get on the road here is I did a video maybe a year ago looking at like the initial Vanity Fair expose. It wasn't an expose. It was, what was it, like a preview of this show? As I was making that video, I dug into why this was happening, and basically what happened was Tolkien's son died because Tolkien's son wasn't letting any of this shit happen. But as soon as he died, the floodgates kind of opened. And then back in like 2015 or 2016, Amazon quietly bought just dropped a bunch of money to pick up the series and like quietly started making this. This came out just a few days ago on The Hollywood Reporter. This is an interview with some people who are showrunners of the show, and they're talking about season 2 and the poor fan reception and all this. But one nugget right in the middle of it. Basically, back while the series was still, safely guarded by those who care about it, Netflix actually pitched a show before Amazon got involved. And Netflix said their plan was to basically turn it into Marvel,
Oh,
where they were going to have like
Shivers.
they're going to have like multiple different properties happening at once. They were going to do like a Gandalf side series. They were going to do an
Oh, God.
Aragorn series. They're just going to give everyone their own show and just do like an extended universe that like interweaves, very Marvel like. Because the Tolkien estate was still in charge of things, they were immediately like, oh my god, we can never let any of these people ever do any of this. We can't. We have to like, and they cut off everyone. They're like, nope, not doing any, nope, fuck you. I don't care how much money you give us, no. And that basically persisted until Tolkien's son died. I have a feeling that Amazon might have the same like long-term vision for this.
oh, without
Yeah,
a doubt.
certainly.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we already know the Rings of Power is a flop from Amazon's point of view. But very interesting, and I'll make a video about this probably for Friday, because recently, they've been shooting all of this in New Zealand, etc. It's been really expensive, and they've said that all this is going to cost like $5 billion for the 5 seasons. Very quietly, they've sold all of their studio equipment in New Zealand, and they've moved to London now, where they will be starting to shoot just inside of a regular studio.
Oh. Hmm.
Wild.
So, in all due likelihood,
Zealand?
Amazon has given up, but they
Possibly.
can't cancel it. They know they can't cancel it, so they've shifted them off to some dark back corner office in London and just kind of make movie.
Well, actually, this is something that I saw on other media recently. What they often do now, rather than go to locations, they did this, I think it did it in London, and they did it for The Mandalorian, is they'll actually computer generate an entire landscape. However, it's not like they just insert them on a green screen and put them in front of it. They don't do that anymore, because that looks kind of fake, and it is fake. What they'll do, almost like a VR headset, they'll 360 view an entire computer generated landscape, and then project that onto a dome, and the actor goes into the dome and then acts the scene. So it looks like that they're outside, but they're not. And
I've also
Or
seen
the
that.
acting dome.
the act, apparently it's really hard to do this. It's hard on the people working on the set, because if you don't, it's tuned to exactly where the actor is in the dome, and if you're not where he is, or where the camera, where the camera is, if you're not in the exact spot, all the images like just look distorted because you're looking at them from the wrong angle. Everyone who works in the acting dome is getting like motion sickness and shit. But that's how, rather than going to places, that's how they're shooting these now.
Fuck actors.
It's better than getting shot on set, I guess.
I hope they get put into the wage cages too.
Jesus, Arch. Arch, you're
Listen,
relentless
These are
tonight.
bad people.
So, I've got my mug piping full of piping hot soup broth, as I do in the evenings.
Kind of
Let's,
soup.
oh,
Yeah.
just chicken noodle. Just put it in there and boil it up. I'm no longer allowed to drink coffee at nights anymore, so. But Kibs, I think it's time. It's time for us to watch The Eye.
Suffering.
Oh my god, an hour and 12 minutes. Fuck, I'm never going to bed. Let's
I'll
go.
go with The Eye, because we're gonna see the Eye of Sauron in it.
Honestly, probably. They're that obvious.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, look, the Legend of Vox Machina. I tried to watch that. It was not very good.
No?
Don't know why you did, but then again, your tastes are.
I
below.
was desperate.
We head to the grove.
Recap. Skip.
Oh boy, we're gonna see the Harfoots again. I miss those guys.
I don't.
Yes.
Oh no.
So I
Jesus. That sounds like it was your fetish, TafTaj. Oh, the
I'm
Harfoots.
so happy.
Oh, dirty eye. Gross.
Yeah, no, Galadriel's dead, by the way. I don't accept this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
that was,
dead.
Like,
She would
dead,
not be
dead.
alive.
She's an
No,
elf.
Superheated
She's an
air
elf.
and rock.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
that actually reminds me, there was a video on, like, I think on Live Leak at one point, and it was just a Russian guy who gets like an explosion goes off in his face, and you can tell by the way he's speaking that he's singed the inside of his lungs, and
Oh.
he's like, "I'm totally fine, guys. Don't worry about it." But with the way that those injuries go, is as soon as your lungs start to swell, you're just gonna die. You have like 20 minutes to live, and that's it. You're not, and it's kind of grotesque being on a ticking time bomb like that. But that's what happens to everyone who gets like a fireball of ash in the face, and everyone should be dead.
Everyone is dead.
The rest of the show is just a fever dream. Yeah.
But before her death. Yep.
Oh, the flaming horse.
Symbolism.
Runner or no, god damn it. It had one chance to make its life worth something.
I mean, they did the right thing. You know, died.
Well, we'll see about that.
These are the corpses of all the people banned from Twitch for saying cracker.
No, these are all the
Look,
band
she's
reviews.
alive. Like, it's been warm enough for wood to spontaneously combust, but humans are still fine in this area.
Yeah, it's a bit much. All the water would have been boiled out of you instantly.
Oh, cool, even the babies are alive. Impressive. You know, I've always been told that babies are fragile and you shouldn't drop them on the ground, but clearly they're quite sturdy.
Actually,
I think this would be a big problem, but it turns out it's actually not. Not
Have
an
I?
issue.
have I ever told any of you that I was actually unironically dropped as a baby?
No, but your behavior has certainly indicated it.
My dad put me on the kitchen counter to like answer a phone call, and then I immediately rolled off.
You're never gonna use that against you, Dev.
Oh my God! They're just walking past burning people. Wow.
You're not gonna throw something on that guy?
We're heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, help! I'm burning to death slowly.
I like how every named character is okay.
Well,
Of course.
My queen, you're black. Surely you must be fire resistant. Lift.
Jesus.
Ah, the queen had to do it.
Wait,
The
Arch,
woman had to do it.
Arch, first water, now fire. What the fuck is it with you and black people in the elements?
Well, no, I said diversity doesn't survive water. Black people survive fire, as you can quite clearly see by this show.
The other friend died. Oh no. Oh no, I'm so sad. Promise you didn't really make us care about that character show. Like, I don't feel anything.
Oh, was that supposed to be a character we know?
That's the other friend in their trio friend group.
Yeah. It's the third guy that
He's
never
dead.
got named.
The AKA red shirt of the friend group.
Oh no, the death of other friend.
His actor's like, this'll totally launch my career, guys.
I think that was symbolic of what would happen to his career for being in the show.
Yep. This entire situation.
Dead.
This is just Amazon. This is actually just the Amazon HQ right now that we're looking at.
I mean, yeah, after the reviews came in.
And Bezos is just inside. Everything's fine. It's okay.
Wait, why is there a fireball?
Because that's how fire functions. Kyle.
He wasn't important.
No, he's fine. He's just over.
Yeah.
Oh, yay, what a transition.
Wish you had some of this water, eh?
There's slave back there. Wow.
They just leave him alone.
I will laugh if everyone
Let me
they
guess.
know is
Yes,
burned.
I was about to say it's all gonna be burnt to shit. And there you go.
How did you guys fuck this up?
Well, they were baking bread and then
Ah,
suddenly
the rocks. They're from Mordor.
Oh.
That's a long flight, but
My great grand.
So devastated by the tree.
Wait, do you think that we're gonna see Ents in this show?
Like
Probably.
little words, so the tree will understand.
So I feel like we already have.
Oh, maybe.
Some do.
Fixing it? Just like Sadok said he would.
I don't know about that, dude.
well, he almost fixed it.
Wait, hold on. Here, Kibs, if you don't mind, go back a bit. There.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she pushed her under the tree.
Look at the wood. I feel like whoever made this show hasn't ever seen burning wood before, because that's just wood painted black.
You
Listen,
mean it's been
Dev.
diversified?
It
Exactly.
is
It's only
Yes.
burnt on the edge.
Yeah, it's
It's
only
not actually. Yeah, it's not actually burnt wood.
it's not
actually
burnt.
Painted dried wood. It couldn't even be asked to burn the wood.
Oh my god.
That's
Like,
lazy.
I know that I come from a small town, right? But even city kids have to like do a campfire once in a while, right? Or like just they've seen something burn, right?
I
Yep.
don't know enough. I've went to camping like once or twice.
Okay.
If it's burnt like that bad, then normally what happens is like the inside's also black or
Yeah.
ashen.
Everything's just
Yeah, it's
ash
like
and
gray.
it crumbles. And it's very dry. Like this is just clearly painted wood.
Why should we trust any elf?
Why shouldn't you?
You should not,
All this fucking retarded elf hate.
but you
Like-
can trust me.
Aren't you guys already working
for I am a
together?
common elf, but Elrond half-elven. And
Ah,
I
he's
see
a half
in
elf.
elves
He's a bastard. Disgusting.
That which they cannot see in themselves.
Wait, was Elrond always a half
And
elf?
I stand before you now alone.
No.
For
Well,
you
that's
How to
right.
talk to short people.
Mithril
How to
saves
talk to
elves
short
now.
people.
I hate this entire plotline. Like Mithril wasn't this isn't Mithril. Like they knew about Mithril before this. They were making shit out of Mithril
I will
before
speak to my
this.
son now.
Don't be bothered by it. It's not Lord of the Rings.
So Kibs, I've noticed whenever you move the mouse,
Yeah.
over top of the feed,
Your
you get a
details.
nice little handy list of all the people in the side who will never get an acting job again after this show bombs.
I mean, I like the X-ray function when I'm watching good shows.
Mm.
This is useless here. I don't care about any of these.
When our Lady created
The fate of the elves was decided many ages ago by minds much wiser, much farther seeing than our own.
Yeah, the Amazon Rising
Defy
stuff.
their will. And this,
You know, the elves are still pretty long-lived,
but their time has come.
and you're gonna be king one day. You can just do it.
uncaring old
Yeah.
fool. He's our king.
He just
What
put
kind
his
of
hand on the
father
molten piece of
would I
metal.
be?
Incidentally.
He did, yes.
Also, I should just no. At least it was covered good. I was about to say she was holding that piece of molten metal, but no, there was a little thing wrapped around it.
When she put it in, there was no like bubbling. It was just fake steam and the ripple of putting a cold thing into water.
Well, otherwise, she'd have to hold on to something molten, which would hurt. I'm sorry, Elf. We Jews cannot give you your shiny ox.
I just come back in like 15 years when a king is dead.
Yeah. Because dwarves don't live that long, do they? They live like the same amount of time as regular people.
I think they
Couple
live a
hundred
bit
years.
longer.
Also, the problem with this
More
mysterious,
Sargon heads.
unknown, fucking random-ass magic disease is that they have given us no frame of reference for this. Like, they're saying it's like, ah, yeah, we'll all be dead tomorrow. Like, why? Like, I thought this was like a slow creeping corruption or something. You're giving me your crack cocaine. Please hit your head on the door.
The scene is so undermined by the plot, it's not even funny. So it has no merit.
You know, I liked the elves and the dwarves shit, but I hate this because it's just magic MacGuffin. Like, shiny rock under mountain, make elves live longer. Why? What?
Yeah.
How? When?
Also, surely the elves can go. They can go mine it themselves. They know what it is now.
Oh my god, symbolism.
Yep, look at that. Suddenly the leaf is like, I'm getting better now. Yep.
Yeah.
The magic rock literally unrots the leaf. Oh god, this is very dumb.
The leaf gets up and starts walking, dancing.
They're very dramatic about it too.
To be fair, if I saw a leaf de-age before my eyes, I'd be like, "Wah."
Hands put those in anti-aging creams.
Yeah,
You
but
yell
magic
out
space
around.
rock works.
It's magic tree rock, actually.
Ah, good. Back to death and destruction. The show livens up a lot when the bad people are dying.
To make this.
Wait, when did Theo get with Galadriel?
When they started walking together, I
Last
guess.
burning place, she picked him out of the wreckage and was like,
Oh,
"Random
Jesus,
person,
okay.
come with me."
Your fault.
I don't know why our characters need to talk to each other, because you're really nobody, but I need you to accompany me now.
Yeah.
So, okay. It says here in the script. Oh, okay, gotcha. This is so forced. It's kind of just...
Also, apparently the orcs survived this shit just fine. I guess they are naturally resistant to fire.
They're orky borkies, Arch. Orky borkies are impervious to many things.
That's
Except
a lot
you.
of survivors.
Yeah. What the
Fine.
fuck? Everyone should be dead.
Yet nobody is.
We saw a few dead people, so it's fine.
I think everyone just likes the visual of a snowstorm of ash. Because they did kind of the
Oh,
same
look at
thing
the
with
poor
Game of
horse.
Thrones, right?
Poor
It-
horses hurt.
I left your son to die because I'm kind of shit at this whole queening thing.
Where is my son?
It's fine. He's fine.
They're dead.
He
Yes.
still has to say no. At
Yeah.
mountain.
He's still plot relevant. Also, I'm pretty sure her plate armor should be very, very warm at this point.
A
Yeah.
little bit uncomfortable. I cast heat metal on her.
And the ash that's collecting on it, making it even warmer.
Hold on. Numenor set their camp? I thought they just galloped in the whole fucking way.
No. You must understand. Dev, plot says camp.
Okay.
Numenorians established a base on the perimeter of the
The
ash.
orcs will move in daylight now. No, they won't. Like, I get what they're trying to... Oh, this is how the orcs should move. Like, this is how they do it. No, they do it via fucking magic. Like,
Yeah,
the orcs... The clouds that cover the orcs when they're invading the world of men isn't ash. It's fucking magic.
Yeah, didn't Sauron summon like thunderclouds, basically?
Yes.
It's fine. There's enough ash for them to move through the daylight.
Of that, every soldier must be mindful.
They explained it.
Yes, give the child your primary means of defense after talking about how the orcs can move in daylight now.
Thank you for handing me this sword. I have no training whatsoever, but I'm
I'm
more
far more likely to cut myself rather than the enemy, but thanks anyways.
Yeah, swords are actually fairly tricky weapons.
Wait, did she have two of them? Like,
No, she just gave him her only weapon.
oh no, she has that knife, the ice
that's
climbing
right, she
knife.
has a knife now.
I've downgraded my equipment to crap gear. Here, level 2. Have this level 16 sword. Thank you.
She has to
No,
level
I
her
say
knife
the steel
skills.
mail looks even worse when it's dirty.
How much further
Mm.
till we reach the encampment?
Are we there yet?
I know this is slow, isn't it?
Were you not there when you set it up, Queen?
I have the Breaking Bad
I
Mexico
half expected her
filter.
to hit her face again.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do like thwap.
My queen, stop asking questions. I'll
she
hit you.
really is just complaining. Jesus.
Fucking whiny ass little queen, Christ's sake.
How long have we been clear of it?
Nearly a mile.
She's blind.
Oh.
Oh.
She doesn't.
I do kind of feel bad for her.
Guide my horse. No one need notice.
Okay, that shot looked like they just were walking through a regular forest and they just kind of tinted it gray. Like like a version of Day for Night, but instead of blue it was like red and gray.
Now he's going to see that a part of the tree is healed or something.
Hmm.
We're not gonna see
Yep,
it.
there we go. See?
But we
See?
will.
See? See? It's a flower.
Yep. The flower's coming out.
The thing is, he's done as much bad as he's done good, precisely because they don't want it to be obvious. The
Yep, they
problem
wanna
is,
force
if you
mystery.
do that, it also means that there's no actual building of the character. It's just building of the plot. Like, if this guy is a wizard now, he's done so much fucking damage to the Harfoots, like by bumbling around. He's almost killed a few of them a couple of times. He's almost frozen that chick's hands off. Not to mention killing all of the fireflies with his bullshit magic.
Yeah, I can gather more.
But he's a confused hobo, man.
Yeah, it's not his fault. He didn't know any better.
Listen, Lilith, you're
Thank you
in
for the apple. I will use it to keep the doctors away.
Lilith, you're in California, right? You probably see like a
Yeah.
dozen guys like that a day, all bumbling around. Well, I've seen the videos. They're walking around on fentanyl or whatever.
Now I understand.
Maybe in downtown.
I'm just a Harfoot.
Is she sharpening the wooden wheel with a rock?
That's all I like
What?
to be.
She's got that adventure spirit like a Baggins's. Everything's just an allegory to the other movies and the books. It's terrible. This show has nothing original about it.
Yeah, she's
Does that
sharpening the
remind
wheel
you
with
of
a
the
rock.
movie?
she's sharpening the wheel with the rock. Why?
Because she needs to do something on the set. It makes her look like she's doing something. Simple. So they handed her a rock, they handed her a wheel.
Here, rub this rock against the wheel. It'll make you look working.
Trust me, you'll get a job after this. Are you sure?
Jesus, Kibs, I tuned out there for a minute and I thought you were doing like a casting couch thing.
I was thinking about it.
Husband, you were dancing.
It's like, kid, I just met you 5 minutes ago.
I gave power to the enemy. So that makes me responsible.
Some say that. Is the
How
way
do
of
you
things.
know what happened?
Yeah.
But I believe the wise also look.
Yeah, I
for
don't
ways
really
out.
know.
Oh, I
that.
should have known that the old guy would turn
And this was not in you.
the damn thing.
And that he had the sword to begin with. Like,
Burden of this day upon your
what?
shoulders, Theo.
All he knows is that he didn't have it.
Yes, like, this is a one mighty ass fucking leap of logic here. Like, I don't have a sword, volcano explodes. Uh-huh. Aye, the orcs survived. Lucky. I guess that's why they had to take them prisoner, so that they could live to threaten the party later.
Or the orcs just smell them.
Yeah, they should be able to, huh?
The orc sense of smell varies considerably based upon what the plot
Plot
demands.
convenience.
Yeah.
Also, shouldn't their scent be slightly masked due to all the ash?
Yeah, I guess
Also,
so. Huh?
shouldn't the orcs be covered in ash too?
Now they're the ones hiding underground.
Because that guy looks surprisingly unashed. Also, I love how the orcs who see in the dark keep using fucking torches.
We need to see what they are.
I mean, it's better than Game of Thrones, I guess, where everything is dark.
Yeah.
What like?
Is he gonna mine it himself?
clearly.
These two are probably the best part of the show, consistently.
Yep.
And you
It's the only part I actually pay attention, really. They found a chasm full of mithril.
Wait a second. Arch, I know you know something about this sort of thing. About this sort of thing specifically. Is that how veins of ore work?
Oh yeah, totally. No, it's not. It's not embedded in the rock or anything. It's dramatically placed on the surface of rocks. That way, you can look at it and go, gold.
5-minute walk back home.
I like the tiny drizzle of water in the background there.
Yeah. If this were like a Disney movie, this would be where he would break out in song. This is the exact moment.
Yep. A whole new friendship.
Something inside you is ill-formed.
Jesus.
You breathe in
That's
ragged and
harsh.
dry.
Harsh.
I gaze down on your tiny naked face.
Are dwarven babies born with beards too?
That was a euphemism, Dev.
Elrond is as much a brother to me as if he'd been fired in my own mother's womb.
How dare you?
How dare you have a friend?
How dare you! Invoke your mother's memory to defend your decision to betray your own kind! No,
Wait, you just did it.
you that betrayed our kind!
Assassinate him. No one will witness it.
No, his thing.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
It was
I assume
definitely a
it's some
thing.
sort of title.
Yeah, it's
You just
probably
put
like
it back on.
his princely thing.
It's like in case somebody was looking at him, was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he lifts his beard. Here's my cattle collar.
It's like, I'll just take it with me.
Looks back. Oh, I probably should. Oh, you have to say it plot-wise.
It's not yours anymore.
The writing for this is great.
Wait, so what's his plan for the throne then? Is it like another?
Civil War and succession crisis.
They sleep with that shit in their hair. Listen, all of the trees have regrown. Why? Because magic, that's why.
Because he was
What was
good
it,
and you
did
were wrong, Barge. Now you gotta clean the
Unironic.
scene.
They're sawed on apples.
Oh wow. Wait.
We'll go to market with all the crop we've got. The
What
Harfoots
market?
have markets?
Yeah, didn't know they had markets.
Yeah, this seems like it's pre-capitalism, guys.
Do they have a vibrant Harfoot economy? Are there more Harfoots?
Yeah, no doctors will fuck with you now.
Hurry,
mean,
let's
those apples
pick
are only gonna
all of the
last so
apples
long.
as quickly as possible. That way they'll rot.
Yeah, like, well, maybe they're moving on. I guess they got to get a bunch of them.
They better feast, I guess.
Yeah, but normally if they're making applesauce, they'd try to preserve it instead of just picking all of it.
Wait. They're supposed to be small people, right? Like 3 foot tall, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Why is it that the apples are regular human sized in their hands?
Because Amazon doesn't care that much, Dev. Oh look, all of the fish are dead. No?
That's
Oh,
a
no,
big
it's
person foot.
It's a
Yeah.
big person. Oh my no. Hey, bring the bucket. Why did you leave the bucket? There's no reason to leave the bucket.
Well, now the bucket's its own character going on an adventure.
Oh good,
Cool.
the buckets will demonstrate to us, the bad people. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, aha, Harfoots must be nearby.
And for some reason, they use human-sized buckets.
That's weird. That would be really heavy for a Harfoot.
I know I probably sound like a stickler, but the original movies did it so well, the size difference thing.
And here, they really just don't fucking bother.
They're like, this tree seems very fruity. Let's destroy.
I hate the armor design in this fucking show so much. Oh, flour. How disgusting.
I plucketh it. I look at it.
You know, maybe I'm just a weirdo,
Yeah?
but I do kind of find her hot in a weird way.
Yeah, that does make
Kinda
you a
weird.
weirdo.
Oh, okay.
That's not right.
That's a
Dev.
chick? What?
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
so. Oh, I mean, either way. Like, I can go both ways on this one.
I
Reasonable.
can't.
Dev. Dumpster. In. Now.
Blow it out. You know you want to.
I'm gonna use her hand to do it, not blow it.
Yeah.
Well, that's unusual.
Also, they're doing the height difference thing with the hill as a way to not do the size difference thing. Oh, shit. All the apples.
They're all gonna die. Thank God. Damn, none of them were asleep inside of their carts when this happened.
Quick, kill the wizards.
At least
Bring
all
them.
the apples will be cooked.
Yeah. They weren't gonna preserve them. Also, every single cocksucking one of the Harfoots were outside of their homes when this happened. Fucking piece. At least kill some of them. Like the black one, kill him. He's not necessary anymore. He's done his part.
Of course, Arch wants the black one dead.
Kill someone.
Arch's
just kill
racism
some
is
of
showing.
them.
Nope, too late. The only one who goes after the blackies.
Fucking Harfoots.
Barch.
God,
Barch
more
and his
people need
hatred.
to die in this show.
Only
Change all-
specific colors, right,
wrong.
Arch? You sick bastard.
All those rumors were
Hey, George,
true
why
in
are
the
you
end,
being so
Arch.
uncooperative? I've just forced you to walk for days with a giant gash in your side. Well, okay. I am horse. I speak English.
My master is still alive.
He's dead, Beric. You must give him up, Beric.
He won't listen to any of us.
Well, I mean, he walked all this way here, so clearly he will listen to some of you. You gonna turn him loose so he can run home to Daddy?
Yep.
Yes,
Oh
you
yeah, he's got to go rescue fucking Isildur.
Right, why the fuck not?
I mean, why are you surprised, Barch? Come on, get with the program here.
Thank
Scrub.
you. I'm going to find Meowster now. Meowster!
Oh my god, it's like this thing where the horse rescues Aragorn. You're just copying the other movies now.
I hate this fucking show.
I left her in the sea where I found her.
Yes, it would have saved all of us a lot of television. Ah yes, let's just walk into the Queen's tent. I'm sure there's no guards here or anything. Yep,
It's fine.
just straight in.
With your sword and all.
I don't think that's the Queen's tent.
Yeah.
This is a fancy looking hospital tent. Mummy? Not mummy. Mummy.
Oh, was I right? Is she gone?
That's gotta be a
hope
fake
so.
out. It's gotta be a stranger.
Yep.
Yeah, but they already did that though.
She's gonna show up in 3, 2.
I kinda hope she's dead.
Yep, there you go.
I'm so good at calling this shit, Arch.
You knew it.
Down. I'm the best one now.
Yes, I was right.
Like, I hate you, Kib.
I repeat my previous statement. More people need to die in this show.
Yeah, was anyone thinking like, oh god, I hope they don't kill her. She was so integral.
Oh, no, he's alive
you're
too.
alive too.
God damn it.
You guys have like no ash on you either. Like you're just completely fine.
I mean, I
Yeah,
assume
at
they
least
brushed her up by
people-
now.
Some
They've
on
had
him.
days to
Yeah.
wipe off their face.
You know what I like the most? It's the fact that his hair is still short and cropped. Like it's been fucking weeks now.
It feels like this show is just written by an algorithm.
It kind of does. It
It
just goes
might
all over the
be.
place.
We can depart within the
Ah, yes. Keep writing. None need know. Puts on a fucking blindfold just in case people didn't know. Ah, like it's the lack of attention to detail that pisses me off so much. Because yeah, okay, it makes sense that the queen would be strong, not showing her weakness, you know, keeping morale up. Then the moment she's back to camp, now tie a blindfold on me so everyone will know. Maybe she can touch her and make her feel better.
Oh, gentle push ought to do that.
Do not spend your pity on me, elf. Save it for our enemies.
Why should she pity her
For
enemies?
they do not know what they have begun.
Oh my Jesus! Are we actually doing the Jesus? We are doing the Jesus thing.
She's like, I want revenge.
Like, they're talking as if they've fought some kind of great battle here and been defeated. Like, none of this has happened. A mountain blew up. Like, are you gonna fight the mountain?
This scene is so random. Oh my god. Captain, I'm doubting and having second doubts.
Oh my
Like, you know how
God,
you
there's
get
no
the
charred Harfoot corpses? Why?
you know how you get the AI music that sounds pretty good but just slightly off? You get like AI pictures and artwork now. Even the big boob AI woman that Sargon's been posting. There's just something slightly off, but it's like
Something's
99.
wrong.
Yeah, it's like 99% good. That's what this show feels like. It's like all the moments, all the story beats, all like the 5-second waits for something to happen. It's
But, like, with
all
everything-
so predictable that it
Everything
feels like
with
a
AI,
computer wrote it.
It's soulless.
Is that all you think we have left in us? We're Harfoots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means
forgot what
we're
they were
really
for a
like
second.
tough and adventurous. No, it doesn't.
The Harfoots go to war.
Like, okay, listen here. The Harfoots will leave people behind if they've got a fucked up ankle. Okay? They will let them to they will leave them to die if they can't walk along with it. They won't be put them on the cart. And now it's like, we're Harfoots. That means we're really tough and can survive having our entire civilization burned to the ground. No, you're dead. All of you. Dead. Starve to death. Now. Again, like, this is such bullshit. It's like, we can overcome. Oh, God. They were literally ready to leave this fucking behind because he twisted his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this fucking thing.
Well, like I said, or like Dev said, it's an algorithm. Like, this whole thing is just
Literally, it's like now the
random.
Harfoots are down on their luck, so now somebody has to be like, we can do this, and then everyone goes like, yeah.
yeah, rallying
Yeah, she
speech,
can do it.
the power of
Arch.
friendship.
Arch, I feel like today, more than any other day, you're really anti this show. Like, the hatred's flowing today.
The first time in
Caught
forever.
him on a bad
Because
day.
before
The
you
thing is,
sell
like,
it,
so much of this has just been boring and stupid, but
Going off trail.
now the story beats are coming together, and I'm finally realizing I really hate the story.
Well, yeah, because initially it was like, well, maybe they'll pull it off. Maybe they'll go in an interesting direction. And now it's like, well, no, they're not.
Not without us.
Without me.
I fuck God, kill me now. Shoot me.
it's time for us to go to heaven.
They might. If a trail finder were to
If
go
a trail finder were to go with them, looks at brown person.
Brandyfoot girl
Me?
was to help him.
Listen, you're an expensive actor. We're using you. He's like, oh, okay.
What's the good of
Once, it would be grand if you weren't right all the time. I'll fetch provisions and get me stick. I'm coming with you.
It's a good stick.
I hate
Doesn't
all of
matter
you.
anyway. We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
So I recently read an article where someone was complaining that all of the Harfoot stuff was racist because they all do really bad Irish accents.
Does that look like a painting in the background?
I mean,
The
that
Irish
backdrop looks
discrimination.
flat.
see, I agree. I too am decidedly racist against the Irish, and I fucking hate the Harfoots.
Oh my god, Queen, if you wanted to keep morale up, like...
No, that was earlier.
It's different. Our motivation
Different
changed.
now. Also, they've only got one ship. I guess they left the other two behind.
I'm on the road like this, Yester Eve.
The wound soured
It-
overnight.
Is Yester
I
Eve a
thought to try
word?
and treat him on the road, but
No.
this wound needs elvish medicine.
Oh, convenient.
Can you
He can't ride. Like,
He's gonna.
look,
Got a massive gash on his side.
like his insides are about to be his outsides, and you're gonna put him on a horse.
You gotta shake it out of him, Arch.
Ka-thunk.
I also love how one episode ago he was like, "I don't want to go home." Now he's like, "I will not abandon them to a mere volcanic explosion.
I'm a king now.
My people need me."
You know, that is strange that he was like laying in bed looking like he was about to die at death's door.
And now he's walking.
I'm actually okay. Thanks for the pep talk, guys.
Yeah. You see, wait. I thought they were gonna like get him ready for travel. He's like, I guess I'll just fucking go. All right. Can you ride? No. Yeah.
Like this wound needs
If they
element
believe in
medicine or
him,
he'll
okay,
die.
that's enough.
Okay. Well, I guess he can ride then.
Keep it. Soldier.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is an enormously precious elven heirloom. Thank you very much.
Goes to the next merchant. It's like, oh, you just sold it for me. It's like, yeah.
You'll probably get a good price for it, though.
Southland power.
Oh, they start out at a gallop right away. Don't trot or anything to take it easy on his wound. Just go on.
These scenes aren't shot for realism, they're shot for symbolism.
I fucking hate this show so much. Like, now that the story's actually come into its own, I realize how much I dislike it all.
Oh, dude. Lilith, you mentioned the Sargon faces earlier. They're like PogChamp Sargons.
Should be an emote on the server.
It's your father's.
Yeah, it's your dad. Go fucking kill him now.
Too suspicious. His mind too feeble.
Kill
him. Kill him.
Jewish.
Dim to see that no matter how many crests he hurls to the floor, one day this will be your kingdom.
You're the
Oh
real.
my gosh, she's Lady Macbething him.
Yeah. Wait, Arch, make the racist comment we all know you want to make. Go.
God damn it! You're putting me on the spot. What am I supposed to say? Is it a black joke? Is it a Jew joke? Like I don't.
Arch, it's the only thing you ever do, which is black jokes. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't see how this relates to her being black.
You'll find a way.
No, I'm leaning more towards Jewish right now.
You're so temperamental with your racism.
Without going to dig. Black people don't dig.
Arch, Arch, she's just a black
Blood
Israelite,
diamonds.
okay?
Blood.
Look, he figured it out.
Diamonds.
Blood diamonds. Good job, Arch. Come on. You did it, guys.
Fucking hell.
I don't care how many dwarves
If the
it
whole
costs
room's
me. We're
looking at
gonna
Arch
get those
and
diamonds.
be like, say the line, Arch.
Yeah, basically.
See, my racism is very organic, okay? I can't just turn it on and off like that.
Wait, is
Are
that
we gonna
leaf
see
in
the
the ground a
Balrog?
super tree?
Is the Balrog gonna burn the leaf? Come on, Balrog. Come on, Balrog. Come on, Balrog. I know you're in there. Come on, Balrog.
Wait, where the fuck is it going?
Come on, Balrog. It's going where the Balrog is.
Dude, it's glowing.
Come on. Yes, step on it.
Yep.
Yes!
No!
It's a leaf!
It's the Balrog!
They got pissed off
Okay,
because
so
the leaf
at the
enters
end of the day,
domain.
it wasn't Durin who digged deep and greatly. It was that cunt who threw a leaf in there and woke it.
Yep.
Hills that you should not litter.
Hey, what do you think happened to the old man who opened the dam? Is he just dead?
He's right there, Dev.
Oh, is that him?
You blind bitch.
Oh my fuck, I can't tell. It's all ashy.
Oh, he named it Mordor.
Mordor.
Birmingham.
Detroit.
They can call it Adar. The Southlands. And erases it.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Okay, they should have had someone say that. That should have been a line.
Yeah, but it would have come out of nowhere. Like, what would that even be the lead up? Like, what are we gonna name it? Hold on. Mordor. What does that mean?
No, but why? They could have also just left it without, and then like waited a little bit.
Also,
Yeah.
wait. Why was it called the
I was
Eye?
half expecting
Oh,
like,
it was the beginning of the episode.
Southlands to get
Wait,
crossed
wait,
out.
Kibs, shut it up. Kibs, figure it out.
Yeah, shut up, Kibs.
I did. Remember
Okay.
the opening of the episode right here. The
Okay.
eyes,
Wow,
like the
when
first scene.
fucking Galadriel is like opening her eyes and being like, derp, derp, derp.
Okay,
It could
yeah,
also
there's
be
that.
symbolism to the fact that Mordor is a thing, but that's not really related
Yeah.
directly to Sauron because it would require the tower, and the tower took thousands of years to build.
Yeah, yep. I mean, they're obviously like appealing to that, right? And also, what's her name lost her eyes, so there's that.
Oh, too many eyes.
But what would have been like far better? Just name the episode Mordor. Okay, it sucks, but name it Mordor, and then just end on that exact scene. What do we name it? But then don't show that lame, thing where the word Mordor fades in. Don't show that.
Almost anything else.
Yeah.
So bad.
Like, if you just name the episode Mordor and then end it on what do we name the new land, and then have like a long fade out, it would work. It would actually work.
It's like so desperate to be like, guys, you know Mordor, you know the thing.
It's the thing, by the way, guys. Yeah, exactly. Nailed it on the head with that. Oh, it's
It
painful.
felt like a cartoon. Like
But it's
what an
because
anime
it
would
doesn't
do.
speak for
Yeah.
itself, right?
Everything about the show has been. Remember when the movies did this?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very referential, and that's
The
the
thing that
issue.
you guys like, right?
Yeah.
It's the I remember berries. It's like, remember, guys? Remember when Frodo Baggins just went on an adventure? Remember? I remember. It's like, okay.
Fuck.
See,
Okay.
No, this is exactly it though. Like up until this point, we've been watching this show, and mostly it's just been boring. And occasionally there's been a scene which Dev the Simp has gone like, this isn't too bad, and everyone else has yelled at him. But this, finally now, after 7 hours, the story has culminated, and I realize I hate the story. Like that's literally what we've arrived at here. Like the story has finally arrived, and I wish it would never have.
You wish we'd just be dicking around with Harfoots bumbling in the forest for a full, 8 or 9 or 10 episodes?
At least
More
they're not
like
gonna
a,
let
it's
me
like
lose.
mystery box storytelling, right? Where they're like, what could this be? It could be really interesting. And like as long as you don't know what it is, it's like, sure, it could be interesting. And then you know what it is, and it's like, oh.
Well, the problem is though, we know what it is because this is a prequel. There's no mystery boxes in a prequel.
It was like, remember the
I mean, like
prequel
the
Star
sword.
Wars?
Like we didn't know what it was, and then it's like, oh, it's a key, and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
but like all the important mystery boxes, it's like, oh, we get it. It's obviously Mithril, right? Or it's obviously Mount Doom, or it's obviously creation of
And then
Mordor. It's like, oh, okay.
Then they make shit up where now Mithril is magical crack rock that saves the elves.
Yep.
It's so dumb. I hate it so much.
Well, it's
Arch.
the same issue with the hold on, Dev. Same issue with like
Sorry.
remember the Star Wars prequels, right? Because they're trying to like, why did you want to watch the prequels? It was to figure out who Darth Vader was before he became Darth Vader. How did he become that way? There was a mystery still that needed solving. We knew the result, but we didn't know how we got there. This doesn't really have that, does it?
No, because it doesn't explain how you got there. It makes shit up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's canon anyway.
Like, okay, well, how did the dwarves delve too deep and too greedily? Well, you see, an old man threw a leaf down a hole, and the Balrog was like, leaf!
I'm gonna kill dwarves now.
How was Mount Doom created? Well, an old dude put a sword in a rock, and it made water and shit. Like the thing is, if you're gonna
So
do
why
a
did he
prequel,
go all the way to the hole just to throw the leaf down?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've talked about this when it comes to 40K.
Was there no
'cause,
garbage can?
40K did its own whole prequel thing with the Horus Heresy. The way you do a prequel well is when you add to the story, when you build to it, when you add value to the story. Like when a character, like with Darth Vader, is actually a pretty good example. Like they added value to him by showing his fall. They added depth to him. But here, all they're doing is subtracting. Us knowing that Mount Doom was created by an old fart who stuck a stick in a rock doesn't add to Mount Doom, it subtracts from it. It's no longer a mountain volcano created by Satan. It's a rando thing, built by some rando to create ash so he could live with his orcs friends there.
His orc friends. Oh, it's kind of
Well,
endearing when you put it that way.
They're also subtracting from Amazon's bank account by trying to make this show, and it's not working out.
As well, like the fall of Durin. Instead of think of what an amazing story it could be. Like it's not a question of helping the elves. It's simply the dwarves digging deep and greedily for their own greed's sake. No, that's not it at all. It's a fucking leaf. It's an old
like,
person.
That's an interesting like insight into greed and like the nature of pushing yourself too hard for like, just want.
The issue is that entire story is supposed to be a story of greed, right? How they continuously justify, like they know this is dangerous, but we just want a little bit more gold. Instead, they've subtracted that, and now if they don't dig, all of the elves just fucking die. Like it's no longer greed, it's altruism.
I do like how, as usual, it's a fucking leaf that ruins everything.
Yep.
Pay off the rake soon, Dev.
In real life.
Oh, God. I mean, there's the usual stuff of every important character survives a cataclysm, but I mean, that's just normal movie logic.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like not having the will to actually have your story beats make sense or like play out. Like you're not really committing to them.
No one really dies. No one
nothing
important
entire
happens.
Mount Doom explode. Like, okay, do the fucking stupid running away from lava thing, where it's like, oh, the mountains are acting weird, we must evacuate, and then have the mountain explode. No, the mountain explodes, covers everything in ash, burns everything, with a temperature high enough to have wood spontaneously combust, yet there are still survivors.
You know what they could have done? They could have actually done the exact same story. They could have, man, I was just thinking of this. They didn't need to make it so that you take the sword and then put it in the keyhole and then open the dam, which then floods all the water down into the volcano and causes the volcano. They could have just made it so that it was a magic sword and a magic keyhole that creates a magic volcano.
Yeah. Magic.
And it would have worked a lot better. Like, he puts the sword in, the ground starts rumbling, the sigil of Sauron appears in the mountain, and, like, the top blows off of it or something. Like, you could just make this shit up. They're already making it up anyway. Might as well make it up good.
No. That's what they decided.
We are against the concept of quality here at Amazon Studios.
We're using
unironically, in any other show, I'd call it a cop-out. But in a show like this, where you are in the time of legends and myth, literally just make an artifact of Morgoth, and it's like, when this artifact is like placed upon the thingamabob, like darkness will descend upon the land, or what does it mean? And then you blow up Mount Doom.
Yeah,
Nope,
exactly.
Just pour water.
Just pour. You could have like a legend attached to it. And the legend, it says like darkness will cover the land, and no one knows what it means. And they're like, we have to make sure that the enemy doesn't get it to the altar. And they have like a back and forth over it, and like it gets lost and then found again. And there's like a mad scramble for it. And then the heroes fail right in the last moment. And then the old man plunges it into the altar, and then the volcano explodes. Like, it could be a whole thing.
No, Dev. Water.
God damn it.
It's just, it is anti-Tolkien almost every step of the way. And I hate the horse. I hate the horse too. Like, the horse walks all the way back to camp.
Of course.
But suddenly it's
coming
convenient.
for everyone.
Where it's like, the horse won't listen to any of us. He walked all the way back here though. Like, no, he won't listen. Okay. And he takes off the bridle, and horse goes, Miesta!
And runs away.
It's gonna be the Aragorn scene. Like, that's how they're gonna do it. Like, he's gonna lick him awake, And he's like, oh.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be lying there covered in ash, and you're gonna see the horse snout just, and then you're like, oh, horse, you came for me, horse.
Oh, 2 days later.
Man is horse man's best friend. That's what the show's saying.
I hate it, and because the thing is too. The reason why I hate it so much is because this is just a movie plotline. That is all it is. The only reason, like, we haven't seen him build any relationship with this fucking horse. Like, it's not like we saw him carrying out his stable master duties, or pet the horse, or like, oh, you're a good horse, or feed it cats or anything. No, horse.
We saw
just
one
loves
scene of that.
master.
We saw one scene of that. Only one. Yeah.
No, not even that. Like, that was just Daddy coming over, like, horse will make a bond with you if you're nice with horse. Like, but he never did that. Like, he was whining over how horse was like, horse, why are you bitching about the scratch? Again, it is just a movie plot.
Archer, would you say that you're racist against horses too?
Yes.
Species.
Barch's biases are only growing from the show. His hatred, his zeal.
Wait, Kibs, you're a horse right now, dude.
Yes, that's
What are we
true. I
talking
don't like
about?
Dude. But also, I'm watching the Harfoot scene now where their entire little retarded village is burnt to the ground, and there's shitloads of stuff that isn't burnt. Like there's like pieces of wooden like bowls just fine. There's pieces of their fucking retarded camo netting just lying over the flames that's just fine. It's like they just created a set of burnt out carts.
Yeah, this show seems to consistently just be weird about fire. Because there was the broken tree branch that was just painted to be burned, but not actually burned. I think they just don't know what fire is. They just don't get it.
It's not that. It's an active resistance to attention to detail. That's the thing. Like, because they don't actually give a fuck. Again, the Queen, it's writing by scene, by numbers, right? Queen is sitting on her horse, and you're like, oh my god, she's blind. And she's like, I don't want to show my weakness to the soldiers. Okay, makes a lot of sense. And then next scene, she's sitting there with a fucking blindfold.
Yeah, no explanation whatsoever. I mean, now it's okay to break morale, I guess.
Exactly. It's so fucking
Either it was
stupid.
always okay, or, like, what happened in between.
Yeah. I don't think I agree with you there, Arch. I actually think that it's ignorance. I think that it's ignorance because, like, I'm sure we've all heard that story of the university professor who is very intelligent, like a math professor or a physics professor or something. He's very intelligent, but he doesn't know what a supply chain is. So he asks the question, why do people hunt for food? Why not just get your food from the grocery store? We don't need to kill animals anymore. Just go to the grocery store. It's like, well, he doesn't know how the food gets to the grocery store, right? Like, there's that story that I think we've all heard at least once. I genuinely think the people who wrote this show don't know how fire or heat works. They're like, oh yeah, things kind of get pretty hot. I turn on the heating in my house and heats up a bit. Maybe it's a little bit too hot, but it's not a big deal. I genuinely think they don't get it. They've never been around like a campfire before or a real fire.
The thing is, I'm sure they're idiots as well, Dev. I'm not saying they're not retards also, but it is the consistent lack of attention to detail. It's like with their armor. Galadriel doesn't have her armor until Galadriel suddenly has her fucking armor. And the Halbrand too. In one scene there's they found him basically dead on the side of the road. Only elven medicine can cure him. Can you ride? Yep.
Mm-hmm. And he's just walking perfectly healthy. It's like, oh.
It's like, where are we riding to? To get the elven medicine that'll cure you. But I'm riding.
His guts is falling out.
Why don't you pick up the medicine yourself and come back for him, and he can rest and hopefully not die?
Or at least put him in a fucking cart or something. God.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if anybody here has ridden a horse, but they're
yes, I
not
have,
the
yes.
most stable.
Yeah, they're quite bumpy.
Again, it is the consistent lack of attention to detail, because they think of a scene. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if Halbrand was wounded and they had to get elven medicine? Yeah, that's from those movies things. Yeah, let's do that. But then they also wrote a scene later on that needs to have Halbrand with Galadriel, and so they're like, fuck. Well, just have him ride. It's fine.
Lilith, you have to understand. Everyone in this call rides Kibs at least once a day.
So also, Galadriel arrives at camp, right? And then 5 minutes later, her plate armor is perfectly spotlessly clean, including her chainmail.
I guarantee you, Arch, there's a bunch of simps in that camp who will just lick it off for her.
Probably.
Okay, so I think we all have heard Arch's rant at this point. Does anybody else want to throw in their 2 cents?
I forgot what we were talking about. I sort of zoned out.
We're talking about horse.
I mean, I feel like there's not much to say.
The show just kind of speaks to her itself.
Let's hope next episode will be better, because there's just lots of... I think we pretty much complain about everything there is to complain.
There's no fucking way the show gets any better. Like,
It's only down.
maybe by season 2, but this season's going to be a trash fire all the way down.
The thing is, this was the payoff. This was supposed to be the big moment when the storylines actually got started after 7 hours.
Well, I know that it was meant to be the money shot, and I do feel like I got fucked.
I do like that the campus is, like, conveniently outside of the range of Mount Doom.
Yeah.
It's just, well, good thing they have the foresight.
Actually, you know what? So they mentioned in the last episode how, like, they got that far inland. Apparently the ships they have can also sail up rivers. So they just sailed all the way up to the Southlands.
That's not out of the ordinary. In fact, that's pretty common for ships
Is it?
like that. Yes.
But ships that
Around
can
this
hold
area.
500
No.
guys?
Yeah, no. As the resident fucking Norwegian here, the people who invented river-faring ships.
Yeah, you guys did that.
Yeah.
This is for shallow draft ships. Like, these are not shallow draft ships. These are fucking galleons.
Yeah, and the rivers are deep. You put your fuck him.
Oh, God.
Amazon, hire me. I can explain away everything.
Wait, Kibs, it turns out that you're just the Amazon plant in the group the whole time.
I've been
I also want to point
sabotaging it.
out,
It's actually pretty good, guys.
there's no rivers leading up to Mount Doom. Like, none. Like, they still have to cross the fucking mountain range.
Listen, I don't want to hear any more of your details, Arch, okay?
The closest they could get is like one of the rivers that leads to the southern edge of the wall of mountains. And then they'd have to cross literally the entirety of Mordor to reach Mount Doom.
Yep. It was kind of why it was such a big deal for Frodo and Sam to get in there, because there was really no other way to get past the mountains.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out, these mountains, they're not like hills. Like, it's
deep.
an enormous fucking barrier. Particularly for people on horses. Like, and plus two, this is 300 men. Like, the amount of food, supplies, parts, they've set up a fucking tent town.
Well, you see, Arch, Hannibal Barca did it, and he did it with elephants in the Alps, okay? I broke Arch.
No, they operated on the Russian line of thinking. We supply lines? What supply lines?
Supplies. Scavenge where we go.
There is also no, like, this is a nitpick that's almost pointless, but since we're going at it, there's no way those fucking
We're going at it.
carried 300 fucking horses.
Well, there's no way they carried 300 men either. Like, there's a lot of meme art showing the ship, and then it shows the side interior, and like the underneath it goes like 40 feet deep, and there's like 30 decks. It's like a giant barge underwater. Oh, okay, that's where the other 300 men is.
Like, they show a shot of the ship's deck, and there's like 10, 12 people, and it looks crowded.
Those ships can't carry 300 men, I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. Not including horses, no.
Again, it is the consistent fucking lack of attention to detail. This is Numenor. There's just CGI ships. There's no reason why they couldn't have shown like 100 fucking ships setting sail from Numenor.
That would look cool. It's like the Numenorians are going to war, and then like this massive armada just cresting the sea.
Yeah, instead it's like it's 5 boats and then 2 of them explode randomly. It's like, we only have 3 boats left.
You would think that a show like this would have more budget behind it.
Okay.
It's like, let's just give a few more CGI ships. It's just.
I think I know. I think I know why not. So earlier I mentioned that it's like a lack of real world experience as to why they don't know how fire works. Okay. Assume that these writers are very sheltered, living in LA their whole lives or something. They don't know how anything works. And then also assume that they're, let's say, extremely left-leaning. Okay, let's just make these 2 assumptions.
Okay.
The only ships they would have heard about would have been African slave ships and how they crowded them full with hundreds of people.
I like where we're going here.
Of course you would, Arch, you fuck. But like,
See-
that's why they're like, we can clearly put like 500 guys in a ship. Obviously, that's how it worked, right? Obviously, like I remember hearing about that. That was their line of logic.
Oh, this is so annoying though, because like it really, like when you're a writer and you're writing fantasy or writing science fiction, most of your work is actually just reading or like Google searching literally. Like, okay, how does this work? Like, or you call up a friend who is actually an architect. Like, how do these buildings work? It's a lot of research and more time spent researching than you'll ever spend writing. They didn't
They
do
ought to
any
be
of the
like
right
the
research.
Pawn Stars. Hold on, let me call up my expert.
Hold on, let me call my expert. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says you're gonna need a lot more boats.
But no. Like this explains a lot. Like the reason why Numenor is so diverse is because the white people use the black people as slave warriors, and they pack them into their boats really tight.
Look at see, Arch can't hold back. He just has.
I
to.
know this was Dev's idea. I'm just expanding upon it. It's like a
He's like,
pop-up army. It's kind of like the droids from Star Wars. Like the side of the ships
Arch,
opens
no.
up. And just racks of black
Jesus.
people like extend out.
Like the fucking droid army starts playing like bear. The fucking no my god.
But
No.
where do they keep the horses, Dev?
Yeah, we've answered
Like what?
the
Okay, so
question about
we know how they've stacked up the humans, but where are the fucking horses?
Where's the horse's food?
Like, did they stack them up too? Like, did they stack them like black person horse, black person horse?
Damn,
Jesus.
Arch.
Just smashed in there. Like, what would the horse think? Like, what would the horse think?
I'm gonna have to start distancing myself, but I think it's too late.
Mhm.
Dev, remember me?
Next episode, Arch is completely replaced.
We just pretend we never knew.
Guys, Arch is sick with COVID again.
And Arch comes in on horses wearing clan hoods like in Birth of the Nation.
What if the horses were black too? Could they store them as easily?
Arch, you have Fairman syndrome.
Oh, does Fairman? I guess Fairman's German, right? He obviously is racist.
Yeah, let me Google. Do black horses fold?
Phoebe.
Wait, hold on. We'll get Fairman in for the next one. We can see if he can out racist Arch with his Germanness.
Oh, no.
The
You
thing is,
understand what
he
you're
doesn't really do the racism thing. He just does the anti-Semitism thing.
Yeah. He's like, is
Of
that
course
a
he's
Jewish
German.
dwarf? He's like,
Like he was a while ago, he was talking about how his mouse was busted, and he's like, "Back in Auschwitz, our gear was on top shape.
Jesus.
This
Fairman-
wasn't a problem in Poland."
I don't remember Fairman's alt-right arc, but we're going with it now.